We went to this place in Italy, and our private chef, when we arrived, was playing a record, and he said, I can change the music if you want. And he was playing the Blues Brothers soundtrack. And I was like, no, please keep this going. I love this album.
We got a kid on my T-ball team.
Bubba hee, bubba hooba-doo. Bubba hee,
Rubber biscuit. We got a kid on the T-ball team named Elwood. You know how much fun I'm having saying Elwood?
Amazing.
Jake. Every time.
Elwood. The Blues Brothers. Shit.
I
When
remember
it's Elwood's turn for snacks, he's going to bring 4 chickens.
4 fried chickens and a Coke. You want chicken legs or chicken wings? 4 fried chickens.
I remember listening to that Blues Brothers album and the Rubber Biscuit comes on and I go, what the fuck?
Right?
Even at that time, I was like, this is not right. These 2 white comedians should not be going, Rubber Biscuit. And I was like, I don't know why this is wrong, but this seems wrong to me. Love the movie, though. Not long enough. In 2020, 4 friends decided to listen to every one of the greatest 500 albums as decided by Rolling Stone magazine. This resulted in a text chain that celebrated the music, excoriated the order, and led us to making this podcast. We are far from experts. We promise to do almost no research. All opinions are our own unless you disagree. Please sit back and enjoy. Beck did it better. We are all the way up to album. Now, last week, I claimed we were up to album 139. I said, thank God we're out of the 130s. It's driving me nuts. Well, it turns out this is album 139. This is the series of 10 that never ends, guys. We're in the 130s, I swear. Long. It's crazy. From 1970, it's Black Sabbath with Paranoid. Guys, listen, we're going to get right into it. I have a special announcement, though, for tonight's intro, and that is... that this is one that I have not heard yet. This is a brand new one to me. This does not happen. We've got a special guest for K-Rob, but let's just go over and turn on the radio.
Wait, not a problem.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us today at K-Rob, K-R-O-B. Your main host, Rob, is out, so it's me, Wolfman Russ, back with a vengeance.
Yes. Wolfman Russ.
Rob is out today with an injury. It turns out our favorite Iron Man's hamstring couldn't hold up to a little bump and grind. This next song is dedicated to our main host and all he does to create this podcast.
Finally.
Rob is podcast man. He is the podcast for all you fans.
Yes.
Rob plays the backline calls and makes dirty jokes about cock and balls.
Oh my God, I'm going to pass out.
See Rob's yearbook picture there. It's Andre the Giant with grandma's hair. Gross sound bites from his water bed. Macho Man impressions, although he's dead.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. It's the Macho Man. Oh, yes. Now I'm deep digging your wife and you're filling me. Oh, ouch. I got a cramp in my hamstring. Oh, God. Now it's moving to my heart. Until I get in my Jeep and drive it for you.
Wow, this is so funny.
Does anyone else smell toast? Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Rob's the best athlete on the softball field. Last week he race kicked an automobile. If Rob could travel time, he'd make out with himself, take a mustache ride. Listeners love him. His parodies rock their whole world. Yep.
Wow. We're doing the whole song, aren't we?
Close.
Why not?
What is Rob's new game?
Oh.
That he will soon unfurl.
I'm doing jujitsu, but it's tough because every time I get choked out, I get a massive erection. I don't know if I've ever jerked off to somebody in a suit before, but I'm going to try right now. My dad comes home from work. He's like, why are you looking like that?
Now the time is here for Rob's ready to reappear. Rob cramps when he's burying his bone, but none of his shows get a rolling groan. The downloaders love him.
Oh, my God.
Why don't they tell their friends?
I could listen to this all day. Really good.
It's just perfect.
attention would help him. Jenny won't let him friend. Robbie, how's it rolling going? How's it going?
Robbie. Don't be a brat, Robbie.
Is it good to call you Robbie?
The brat did.
You guys aren't being fucking brats in the turns on so bad.
I can't believe it. Not again. You know that Ohio has had its share of ecological disasters lately. Oh, my God. And now Heinz Field is burning down. It's Ketchup Fire by Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Oh, Robbie.
About the greatest albums of all time.
That,
Rob, we were honoring you.
Look it up online.
Hey, Rob has really turned it up tonight. This is,
If you want to hear from guys,
It must be under new management.
level.
I really kicked it up a notch.
my absolute favorite part of that song were the clips where I was making jokes.
for you.
I made sure to get you in there.
Did it better.
I think I got to admit, that is a true joy. I did not listen to that song at all before we play it. And listening to Russ singing, and picturing him in his house, just going,
Aaron, man, I was gonna ask Aaron for advice. Like, what do you do when something feels out of your range? You sing it down below in your range, or do you just shoot for it and strain, or what do you do?
Sing it harder. Yeah, you just sing it harder.
Yeah,
That's,
that's-
I learned that. Yep, just sing harder. Yep, you had it. You nailed it.
It's a metal song, right? You got to
Yep.
go for it.
Yeah, you
Russ,
just
that
go
was-
louder and harder.
Rob is.
Podcast, man.
You know, behind the scene, we've got the text chain, right, with all the college guys.
Mhm.
And I completely, the whole Robbie thing, I never remembered where that came from or anything. So, but now I remember from the Brat thing. So
Yeah.
some of them, Barry from Burnsville still calls Robbie.
Robbie.
You didn't know where
as
it's
much
from.
as he possibly can. Yeah. Now I remember where it's from. That's good.
You sick brats, not doing exactly what I tell you to do. That's sick. Well, Russell, congratulations, because now you're going to make that song every week. So I hope
I do
You
one every
careful what you're good
70-ish
at.
episodes. I'll be back in like episode 220.
Oh, God, that's so far from now.
That was
So
just so
many
good.
years.
Now listen up. This is Beck Did It Better. We are going over the top 500 albums of all time as chosen by Rolling Stone magazine. Last week was an unmitigated disaster. Okay. I have not seen any text messages or anything like that, but listen, we did a backwards episode last week. We mentioned a guy bringing an old woman home from McDonald's and giving her some extra sweet and sour sauce, and we had no time to talk about it.
Yeah.
The worst.
Double Royale.
I was like in Italy over the last week with my family, and the whole time I was there, I was like, I mean, here's a joke I could make right now. You know what I mean? Like, my ice cream machine is working, and that's not. I thought of better jokes too, so it's not a big deal. In this McDonald's, they still put nuts on top of the chocolate sundae.
What do you call it when you have nuts on top of your chocolate sundae? No, sorry.
I told that one to the family, and they're like, "Shh! Everybody on the tour of the Coliseum can hear you. Please, quiet. Stop saying that. It doesn't make any sense."
The acoustics are great
Yeah.
here.
Next
I have
next
an
March,
ill
I'm
pot-
gonna make that lady Shamrock shake.
Oh. Make your shamrock shake, you make me go crazy. You're my butterfly, sugar, baby.
Meanwhile, she's actually eating a McRib. It's like a stir rib.
You ever ordered the McRib?
Listen, when I think back to my college
have.
experience, it's going down on an elderly woman while she eats a McRib.
Whoa, that took a turn.
Aaron, you kind of do strike me as the guy who would go to like a chain fast food restaurant and then order like whatever they have that's new on the menu.
I would. And actually, one of my great regrets in life is that I've still never had a KFC Double Down. I've never had a Double Down.
Wow.
And when my brother and I were both living in Minneapolis, we talked it up like it would always be like, this is the week we're going to go get the Double Down. And then we were always afraid of it.
That just shows you how fucked diet culture is, doesn't it? Because there was a good time where Double Down was literally people were like, finally, something I could eat. Something healthy I can eat. There's no carbs
bread
in
in
there.
it.
Yeah, just chicken on cheese on chicken. Everybody was like, this is actually good for us. It's like, God, we're stupid. Going back to my going down on a woman eating McRib joke, both these things only come once a year.
Let's for sure to get back to that. Yeah.
Russell, I want to get that clean so you can put it in the next period of time. Okay. Both these things only come once a year. Listen, I've got three guys here who want to talk about Black Sabbath. I've got Russell in Minnesota. Russell, how are you doing?
Guys, my parody song, it sure did shred, and it left our listeners full of dread. Downloading as fast as they can. Beck did it better. Lives again.
Boom, 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 boom. I got Matt in Minneapolis. Matt, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Rob. Appreciate you having me. Thanks for letting me join.
And I've got Aaron, who probably has a funny story about eating the head of a bat that he got at the farmer's market earlier.
I think I
Thank you,
know
Russell.
someone who's seen the head, who was there in person for the bat head eating.
Wow.
But you guys, I wouldn't usually record on the Sabbath, but I'll do it for Black Sabbath. Let's talk about Black
Oh
Sabbath.
my God, that's totally true. Well, for me, it's almost not the Sabbath anymore. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's a little late on a Sunday night, and that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about school tomorrow. Rosie, tell us, who do you know that was at the Black Sabbath bath story?
My mom's husband. My
What?
My stepdad. Yes. He was there. It happened in Des Moines.
Listen, your mom should not be marrying some guy. Well,
Yes.
first of all,
It's time for one-on-one with Aaron's mom.
Bringing this way back.
All the way back.
listen, I don't feel like your mom should be dating somebody who's at an Ozzy Osbourne concert where he bit the head off a bat.
Well, they've been married for 20 years now, but yeah.
Yeah, but think about that. Are you
I
happy
know,
with that?
I
I mean,
know.
you shouldn't be happy with that. That seems like he's not a great guy. He shouldn't even be at that
Are
concert.
you happy with this marriage, or do
Yeah,
you think
get
it's
it out
a
there.
mistake?
What do you really think?
They listen to the podcast. Of course I'm happy with it. You guys are really trying to
Wait, does he
cause trouble
download?
around here.
Does he download to a Galaxy device? Then I am happy with
That's
the
a good
marriage.
question. I'm not sure. Yeah, there it is at Vets Memorial
He
Auditorium.
bit a bat of a bat
In
head
Des
when he was
Moines.
performing at Veterans Memorial Auditorium. But listen, so he went and he ate a bat head on January 20th, 1982. So this guy gets into his car, dead of winter, Iowa. He goes to see an Ozzy Osbourne concert at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium and then sees him eat the head off a bat. That's crazy. And it's just once. I think it's just once that it happened. There's only one story about
Maybe
it.
it is just
Well,
once.
here's
but I
the
could swear it
story.
was in Des
Here's the
Moines,
story
yeah.
that happened, though. Here's the story. Ozzy Osbourne used to think it was funny to throw like raw meat and like just gory things at the crowd. He said, what did he say here? I've always liked old movies that used to have these custard pie fights. He gave me the idea to throw, instead of pie, bits of meat and animal parts into the audience. I thought it was hilarious. They'd throw
Or on
sheep
the floor.
testicles, live snakes, dead rats, all kinds of things back at me.
Yeah.
One time in Des Moines, somebody threw a bat up there. He thought it was a rubber bat. So he thought he was biting the head off of a rubber bat. And it turned out to be a live bat. And now all the religious zealots, as it says, are, have reason to fight back against heavy metal music.
I got to call BS a little bit because when I pick up a bat, I think I could tell 100% of the time, is this a live bat or is this a rubber bat?
I don't
Like
know.
a
How many
zero.
bats have you ever picked up?
Well, zero, but rubber bats, quite a few, hundreds. The good news is I just got a shipment of live bats from Wuhan, China. So I think that's going to be fine. Toward the end of the podcast, I'm going to open those up. Okay. And I'm going to have a fake bat in here and we'll see who can tell the difference. Listen, let's get right into our voicemail.
Do we have one?
Oh, of course we do.
I just called to say
They're so stupid. I can
going.
kiss my ass. They're dumb shits. They're just the dumbest of the dumb.
I got to make a nice one.
Dumb shits. Just the dumbest of the dumb. Dumb.
Oh, it keeps
dumb
going.
Shit. Listeners, dumb.
Just keeps going.
Dumb.
Terrible.
Shit. Listeners, fuck off.
Oh, glad we're not like that anymore. Here we go.
Tell Russ, his wish has been granted.
So, Russ, your wish has been granted. Now, to be full disclosure, I did text this out earlier, but it turns out that coming out at some point, May 10th, Russell.
May 10th.
10th, Disney is releasing a brand new Muppets movie.
A Muppet movie, The Mayhem.
Just about Dr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, a whole movie?
It literally is about Dr. Teeth, the Electric Mayhem, the whole time. It is a episodic show.
Awesome. Seriously, though, a Muppets TV show about the music from the Dr. Teeth, how will that not be super fun?
Oh, you know what it's going to be? It's going to be week after week of special guest star,
Yeah.
and they're going to be singing along. I think, Russell, there is a non-zero chance, and in fact, I would say it's a very good chance that we are going to get to see our namesake, Beck, on one of those shows singing with the Muppets. I bet he would sing Loser with them. What do you think? Who are we going to see on that show? What's a guaranteed, rock solid, real musical guest that's going to be on that show?
John Legend right away.
God.
I don't know if I don't even know if he's still alive, but I would guess. My guess will be Steven Tyler. I could see Steven Tyler doing something.
Oh,
with
not
the
anymore.
Muppets.
No.
Is he too old?
No, he's
canceled.
He's got some issues with some underage women back in the 70s.
Well,
so he's canceled.
He's canceled. Okay. All right. Okay, that one's up. Lenny Kravitz. I bet you'll see Lenny Kravitz.
Oh, I hope so.
I could see like an Adele or something, you know, like a mega pop star like that, or T Swift or something like that, joining in on this.
Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Harry
I can see
Styles,
Harry Styles being in. I think it would be funny if they did do a gag where laughing even thinking about it. Lenny Kravitz does jump up in the air, and all of a sudden, out of his pants come a giant, long, arm-length puppet and starts singing a song. Like starts singing American Woman.
Just kind of goes,
American
Woman.
But it really is just Gonzo's arm, and he's holding the microphone. And
I'm telling you, if you watch that video of Lenny Kravitz with his pants splitting open, it looks like Gonzo. It looks like he's giving birth to Gonzo. It really does. It's unbelievable. You know why he's a rock star. Yeah, I'm excited. I think that's going to be fun, Russell. In May, right at the end of the school year when we all have the summers off, this is going to be great.
Oh, yeah. What a life we all lead.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely awesome. Well, that didn't go anywhere, that conversation. You know what? Maybe the backward show is better. Maybe the backward show is the way to go.
I don't think so.
I mean, you did say giving birth to Gonzo. Like, so we've at least got that.
That's true.
On wax.
That's true. And I was trying to think of another Lenny Kravitz song beside American Woman, but Hey Cab Driver, that's a deep cut. Huh?
Ooh, that is a deep cut.
That's a good one. Listen, why am I trying to push this bit? No. Yeah, well, you do hear it play in the background. Thank you so much. Let's get into Rollin' Going.
I do like that our listeners know me as like the Muppets guy. Like that's my new thing.
That's a good calling card.
Yeah.
Everybody's up to. It's time for Rollin' Going.
What do you know each of us as? Text in the Bex line, just with like a sentence for each of us. What are we? Okay.
What would be your guesses if you had to guess for everyone, Rob? What do you think they would know Aaron as?
Oh, Aaron is he's a food guy, right? Like that's gotta be what it is.
I'd say unique food, free spirit.
Russell, I got to clue you in. We're on a Wordle text chain that you're not on. Okay, it's kind of a smart guy, kind of a genius text chain. Okay, a lot of Albert Einstein stuff going on over there.
Yep.
I got one of the most delicious texts from that text chain when Aaron's wife said, "Here's a typical delivery for Aaron." What was it? It was canned oysters,
like blue oysters or something.
Blue oysters, like Japanese crackers. A knife? Was it a Japanese knife in there?
It's a honing rod. Yeah, so it's like a ceramic
honing Aaron, rod. I told you not to use the term honing rod with me around ever again.
Yeah.
And
a zester?
A microplane grater, yeah. Yeah. So I bought from this cutlery shop
Blue
in
Mussels.
Bernal, and they have a nice tinned fish collection, so I had to get some mussels and oysters in addition to my honing rod and my microplane grater.
Now listen,
Zester.
Listen, I know what a honing rod is for. I'm not some dumb hick, okay? But explain to all these other guys, what exactly is a honing rod? And who or what will you use this on?
It's just a way to keep your knives sharp. And when I had my knives sharpened most recently, because I have tried to sharpen my own knives, and that turned out to be not a good idea. So I most recently had my knives sharpened, and the guy was like, "Hey, you really can just all you need is a honing steel." I would, and the other thing is, like, I think they're typically called a honing steel, but this one's ceramic, so I call it a honing rod. And it's just a way to keep your knives, because straightening and sharpening.
Was this
are
guy
two
going in
different
the back?
things.
Like, as soon as you started this conversation, could you see this guy be like, "Oh no, it's one of these guys." Hey, what do you use? Hello?
Because straightening is like aligning the molecules so they're straight, and sharpening is actually taking molecules off to smooth out and make sure that it gets sharp. So if you straighten your knives between uses, you don't have to sharpen them as often, at least according to Edge of the Bay Sharpening, who helped me out.
What does it cost? What does it cost to get knives sharpened? If my knives were dull, I would just go buy new knives. How much does it cost to sharpen?
This guy was amazing. He charged me like $50. He came to my house, picked up my knives, took them away, brought them back in like 2 hours. They were sharp, and it cost me like $50.
Now, let me tell you, did you read about this honing in a journal somewhere, or did you read about it at the store where they were selling you this quote unquote honing rod?
No. The knife sharpener, who was not affiliated with the cutlery store, told me about the honing rod. He was like working himself out of a job. He was like, hey, you don't have to call me. You can hone your knives instead.
This story involves two different things, the knife sharpener and the knife store?
Yes.
They're not related?
You talked to multiple knife professionals.
Yeah. I've been to a knife sharpening class also, and that's where I got my whetstones. But I'm not very good at the whetstones, so now I just have professionals do it.
Oh, I heard them sing in college. I thought it was good.
That's such a niche joke.
I like cream of wheat in a multi-meal town. It takes one small step to bring a whole city down. I like
cream of wheat.
Hey, everybody, we're the Limestones, and now we're going to get our clothes real wet because that's our king. Oh, the Limestones have gotten really weird since Rob joined. Guys, let's do a song about our kinks. Feet, 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 feet. All right.
And soon I'm gonna graduate, and this is what we'll do.
Russell's been to more than one Limestones concert in his life. I can tell.
I've sat in the front row. It's the only time I went to that church.
Any of the Limestones, Rose, you might know this. Does any of the Limestones like done anything post college? Like any of them gone on to any sort of success?
Yeah, I didn't see him at this year's Grammys for acapella girls.
Against the Manhattan Transfer?
No.
I'm not sure. I don't know of anyone who went on to do much. But I didn't either. So what can I say?
Did you just take a fucking drink in the middle of your goddamn sentence on the podcast? Are you serious right now?
That was coming from Rob. Rob, you were eating food last time. You were eating.
I got to hydrate.
Bananas. Because of your cramping problem.
That was because the bananas was a medical thing, okay? But Aaron was literally, I can edit that out, but Aaron was talking and then he goes, gulp, right in the middle.
Rob, we should pull up the multi-meal song. A lot of people might not even know what we're talking about with the Limestones.
People should hear this.
You think?
So the Limestones, Aaron, it's the a cappella group that sang at St. Olaf, and it would go from year to year, right? Like they would have 10 guys in the group, and the seniors would graduate. They'd bring in like 3 new people. Is that right?
Oh, my God. This is on that.
Okay, we got to play the whole thing.
This is on that Garrison Keillor show.
And now this is from 2015, so these are not guys we would have known.
And I'll tell you what, 2015 is well past the date where Garrison Keillor goes, you know what would make Prairie Home Companion better? If I fucking sang about 3 to 4 times an episode. That's what everybody wants to hear. Garrison's like, guess what? I'm fucking singing now. And everybody's like, Jesus Christ, we can't do anything. This guy has all the power.
Garrison Keillor made our list once before. Do you guys remember? I believe it was some sort of instrument. Garrison Keillor's show.
Yes, it was.
It might have been a slide guitar or something like that.
Yes, or was it the whistler? Because, I saw Garrison Keillor at St. Olaf once. And they had a world-class whistler on. And I've never felt so disappointed in my life. I was like, the guy was up there going like, and what you realize with whistling is like, wow, that guy's really good at whistling. And then about 30 seconds later, you're like, God damn it, I hate when people whistle. Boy, this is grating on my brain. I do not like this at all.
So this is the singing group that would sing at St. Olaf every year. And the famous song was Malto-Meal because Northfield has the Malto-Meal factory, right?
Yes,
correct.
One morning about 9 a.m. was just eating with another kid. Oh, I wish you could change that fateful day because this is what I did. Oh, I ate.
Just in case you didn't grow up in the Midwest or if you were rich, Malto-Meal is a kind of cereal that basically copies every other cereal.
A knockoff.
They're not Fruit Loops. They got like Fruity O's.
Yes. Hey, you know what? Their Captain Crunch knockoff, the kangaroos or whatever, slaps. It does slap. It's really good.
So I thought I'd go down to an honor house.
I don't know how you guys
drink away my blues, and the very next way I woke up smooching Ole Avenue. They were like cream of wheat in a Malto-Meal town. I could have easily been in the Limestones.
Oh my God, you could have been.
I think
in
we
the
should just have
Limestones.
Russell sing the entire episode.
I mean, we could pull up the lyrics and we could sing our version of it at the end.
Yeah, we could do that, or
Or we could just go to Rollin' Going. Rollin' Going. How's it going, someone?
Oh, it's rolling going.
Does anybody got a good one this week?
I got a good
Listen,
one.
I just got one thing to say about Malto-Meal.
Yeah.
Even my kids, when they were like 3, as soon as they saw cereal in a plastic bag, they're like, They're like, we are not doing this shit. Our cereal comes out of boxes.
It comes in a bag in a box.
It comes in plastic bag in a box.
Yes.
Not
Plastic
just
in
a
a box.
plastic bag.
No, my kids, when the cereal was on the box, they knew I was
Is
trying
the
to.
guarantee on the box?
They knew I was trying to pull a scam on them. They're like, these do taste good, but I don't get it. Russell, Rolling Going, how's it going with you?
Guys, I think I do need to go to the advice corner. I had something that happened the last week that I definitely need to run by you guys on how you would handle something.
Can't wait.
It's time.
Did you try lying to her? That's my advice.
I will just say it may involve a false police report. I'm going to give you a heads up. There's a false police report involved.
Well, I hope it has two different knife related things, because that's the tone that Aaron said already.
All right, so I guess the premise of my question, I kind of want to hear what you guys think about this, and then I'm going to tell you a story. When you're dealing with your wife or someone that you know well, and you think they may be wrong about something, do you always just give them the benefit of the doubt and listen? Do you kind of like probe with questions, trying to get to the bottom of what's going on and think there may be two sides of it? Or do you always just listen to what they say and empathize? What's your style when you think the person you're having a conversation with could potentially be wrong about something they're telling you?
This is such a loaded question.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think, by the way you're asking this question, Russell, I don't think you need our advice. I think you already know.
Seems like listening longer before you speak is probably where you should have aired.
And guys, follow up. Do you think this is a big penis? What do you think? Just think about this, Russell. Do you ever like to be corrected?
No, but I definitely do a lot of correcting.
You see, that's the problem. That is the problem. It's that nobody likes being corrected, but not you. It's different for other people. They like it when you correct them.
That's true. I'm the older sibling. If someone's not an older sibling, they like to be bossed around like that, right?
That's right. Exactly.
Oh, wow. You're getting into some family psychotherapy here. Psychoanalysis.
Well, maybe I can tell you guys my story, and then we'll see if you guys would have done anything different, or see how it relates to some things in your life. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah, Please. I'd like to get the details.
Yeah, of course we want to hear the story.
So the other day I'm sitting at home. This is probably about a week ago, and I get a text. It's from a car aficionado, if you will. The text, all it says is, "My car has been stolen." I get a text from someone saying their car has been stolen. I was like, well, shit.
Super bummer. Yeah.
But so when you see that, how do you respond? Because I don't know, do I say, where was it? Do I start asking questions? Do I just say, I'm sorry to hear that? What do you do? So my response is just, huh? Like with a question mark. Like I'm looking for this person to elaborate so I don't take it down the wrong path, right?
I mean, it might occur to me to say, do you need a ride? That might be a thing I would say.
Yeah. I'm just going to say right now. I'm just going to say right there, every time you make a mistake, I'm going to hit that ding. Because I'm going to say right there, text me back, huh? There is nothing that could be more clear than my car was stolen. Okay?
Well, so Rob, I'm there to listen. I try to listen and everything and empathize. And so this car aficionado gives me a call. They say, their car's gone. They were out somewhere earlier in the day. They went home, parked their car in their building, in their parking lot in the building. Went upstairs, did some stuff, and then they realized they forgot something. They had to run back down. They walked back down. Car's not there. And so the person's, so my immediate reaction is just being like, oh, sorry to hear that. What can I do to help you? And then we start kind of just going through, I can't help myself. I have to ask.
You have to ask if they parked it in a different spot than they think, aren't you?
I have to ask. Like, I mean, what are you supposed to, you have to ask, right? Or should you not even ask? If they parked it somewhere else than they normally would have.
But this is all over text?
This is in a phone call now. Now we're talking I'm talking with the car aficionado on the phone.
I don't know, man.
So I feel like that's fine. You can just say, I'm sure this isn't the case, but I do just have to ask. It's just like you're just doing like the IT guy.
Retrace your steps, right?
I got to run through my checklist, like just like anybody else would, like totally dispassionate.
Have you tried restarting your computer today?
Right. Exactly.
And then going from there.
I think the problem is it came out of Russell's mouth like, you probably parked in the wrong place.
I did kind of say, and the thing is, this person lives in an apartment building. They have an underground parking garage. And they also, when I go over to this area, I usually park on the street. So there's a lot of places to park on the street over there. And so I was just making sure, hey.
Do you ever park there overnight? Like, do you leave your car there overnight on the street?
Oh.
Well, we'll just say a car aficionado doesn't always get me a 24-hour pass. We'll just leave it like that. Just saying it would be nice if they did. They get a couple of those passes a week, and I don't even...
Spend 17 hours. Time
to bounce.
Russell shows up with a bag of McRibs. What are those for? Oh, nothing. Just a day. Never mind. Forget about it.
So I kind of, I paused myself before I even said, well, you sure you didn't park it anywhere else? But then I kind of said, well, you sure you didn't park it? They were adamant with me, and I could tell borderline annoyed that I would even propose that they may have parked it somewhere else, right? Of course
they are.
So at this point, I just am like, okay, I just got to sit back, don't do my due diligence thing and start probing with questions. I just got to be supportive, right? So they're telling me, well, security's coming over. I'm going to call the police, do a police report. I'll call you back in a little bit. So like, okay, there's nothing for me to do at this point. I haven't been asked to come over and help. There's nothing for me to do. Mm-hmm. So I get a call a little bit later and they say, hey, security came over. We walked through the building. I was clicking my thing over and over. There was no beep. They didn't hear the beep. They didn't see the car. And I was like, part of me wants to ask, well, I believe a few weeks ago, your key fob was dead. So it probably wouldn't have worked a few weeks ago.
No, don't say that.
But I didn't say that, Rob. I just thought that, but I didn't say it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I may have said it. I don't remember it.
I knew you said it. You dirty dog. You can't help yourself.
But so
he's heating up.
The car aficionado tells me they went through the parking lot with the security person at their building. They couldn't find it.
Now, Russell,
with a dead fob.
Can I just ask you really quickly?
With a fob that was dead a few weeks ago, Matt. I'm sorry.
If she had asked you, can you please come over and walk through the building with me and security and try to help me find this car, what would you have said? Because I would have said,
I would have done it. Oh, no problem.
Wow.
In my head, I would have thought really what another person walking through isn't going to make a difference, but I would have done it.
I never would have done it.
To be clear, this person's fob may have not been dead before, but their car was dead. The battery was dead, so the stuff wasn't working. But just to make sure I'm right on that.
Everything straight.
Hit the digger, Rob, or not?
No, that's fine.
So what you're saying is details matter.
Details matter, yes.
Yeah. I feel like I'm going to be called in for a witness at some point here. This feels like this is going on the record.
So I'm talking with the car aficionado, and they're saying, well, they called the police. The police are coming over. They went through the parking lot. The head of security at the building is going to come over. They're going to do all the reporting stuff. She'll be able to look at the tape from the building in the morning and everything. And so, immediately I'm like, well, hopefully, you didn't leave a wallet in there. If you lost, there's nothing you can do about it at this point, right? You got insurance. It takes care of that. I'm trying to be positive. I don't know what trying to listen and be supportive.
Now, there is a chance, because it has happened before, where somebody maybe has gotten their car stolen and in the back they had up to 3 bags of trash that they were going to take out later and never got around to it.
3.
And what CD was it?
Oh, so many. The JB's run. I mean, you've seen the whole list. A bowling ball that had a grenade in it. I mean, when this guy stole my car, he was probably like, what the fuck? What is going on? I'm going to return this. I feel bad for this guy.
So this person, they've made their call into the police station. They've walked through the parking ramp once, and they're like, okay, she had another call to make to the security or whatever. The car aficionado calls me back again, and this person's telling me about their day, where they were at beforehand. We're kind of now walking together, retracing steps, if you will. It took us a little bit there. We're kind of going through it. And this person says, well, I went and ran these errands here, and I drove home, and I went to the grocery store right across the street. And then I went home, went upstairs, came back down. And I say, did you park at the grocery store? And walk home? And all of a sudden, the phone on the other end just goes completely silent. Person says, you know what? I did park over at the grocery store, but I'm not sure if I walked home or not.
Russ. Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
So I'm like, you know what you ought to do is, why don't you just walk over to the grocery store? Because it's right across the street. I could easily see how someone would park there and then grab a bag and walk home. Because I think this person walks back and forth to that grocery store a lot, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you just do it out of habit.
And so it's late, I guess I could have said, hey, I'll come over and walk over there with you. It's kind of late. It's dark. But I said, why don't you keep your phone on, and just walk over there. Keep me on the line while you walk over there. So this person walks over there.
So chivalry's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So keep the phone up and I'll listen from here.
Yeah.
So this person starts walking over there, and they're saying, oh, I'm crossing the street now. And all of a sudden I hear a horn honk a couple times.
Oh, no.
Key fob is there. So the car was parked in the grocery store parking lot. And sometimes someone just asking a few more questions actually helped the day.
It feels like you were a hero here, Russell, just by asking some questions.
And so the person... This person eventually, was saying, I feel so embarrassed now. I've got to call the police back. I got to call my security back and everything. I'm like, well, being embarrassed is a lot better than not having your car. So I think it's okay, right?
Yeah, this video is autoplayed. There's nothing I can do to help it.
So this person did technically file a fake police report. And I think they also tried to text their family members while they were having the vacation of their lifetime overseas. I'm not sure what country they may have been at that time, but but so I was curious, does that ever happen to you guys where maybe someone has misplaced something and you have a very good feeling that maybe it's not misplaced, and do you just let them go, or do you say anything, or what do you do?
Russell, when Jenny says to me, I've lost this or I can't get this to work, I don't even move for 30 seconds because I know what's going to happen. As soon as I get up, as soon as I start looking, she will find whatever she's looking for. The moment I am done, I'm like, okay, I'll close the game. I'll put it away. I'm going to help you out. She immediately finds it, and often will find it and then just not tell me that she's found it. So now I am continuing to look for something around the house that she has lost and then found.
I can't think of an example from my life, but I can relate to your car aficionado, Russ. I can say I've done something similar when I was in grad school at the University of Minnesota. I recall one day driving to class and in the morning and then taking the bus home because I forgot that my car was at you. So I've been there. I get it.
That's such a good bit. The number of times I came out from work and my car was still running. Like, whoops, that's on me. That's my bad.
How about you, Matt? You're a very logic-based guy. I could see you having a hard time biting your tongue over something like that.
Yeah, and it happens often more with the kids than anything.
Sure.
It's like, where's my gloves? I don't know. Where'd you leave them? I don't know. Well, they're probably in the basket, where your gloves are supposed to be. Nope, I looked. You go over.
Yeah.
Sure enough, lift up one hat, and there the gloves are, right? So my line, Sarah always says she hates when I don't say my lines that I always say in real life, on the pod. She listens. I don't catch these things, but so I always tell, and now Sarah is ready to punch me in the face half the time. And I say, well, it's always the last place you look, right? You should show this car aficionado. Well, it's always the last place you look. So, good work. Good job. So.
Hey, I can't find my car. Is it in the bin under the hat? No.
Yeah.
No. Did you check the grocery store? No. There's something over here, but it might be just somebody honking at the grocery store.
Roland, go on, Aaron. How's it going with you?
Russell, I would say you end up being the true hero of that story because you were supportive and you did not move from your couch. So
I did not move. I wasn't going to move.
You're not telling anybody about it, right? Or talking about it. So that's the thing. You just chivalry, like Rosie said. You're with us friends here. It's not like it's out in the world for everybody else, or anything like that. So yeah, you did the right thing.
Hey, man, it could be any car aficionado that I know.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Russell, you dog. I love that.
It could be any of those.
Wolfman's back.
Yeah.
Hey, Roland, how's it going with you?
Which one of these phones is ringing?
Man, it's going. I got two phones. It's going great for me. I probably have a couple things to talk about. But number one, first of all, number one most important thing for me to talk about tonight is it's been a while since we talked, but I had the good fortune, the honor, the privilege to host Matt and his family at my home.
Oh yeah.
And it was. I just have to say thank you because they had a huge day of sightseeing and getting around, and they made the trip over to Oakland to come see us. I was so happy.
Also known as Cokeland.
Or Smokeland, yeah. And it was great. It was so cool of them to come out, come a bit out of their way to come see us. And my son was so happy.
We had a dance party in your living room.
Totally. I can still, I can vividly picture in my mind's eye looking into my backyard, and Matt's kids are out there playing with my son. It was super cool. So big ups. Thanks, Matt.
Did you play any music while Matt was there? Did you play records, or did you stress about what records you were going to play, Aaron?
No, you know what? We played mostly Louis Armstrong while they were here. And then it was getting late in the kids' night. And I was like, oh, I didn't even show Matt my turntable. So we got a couple records in, didn't we, Matt?
Yep. And Eddie had the chance to put a couple on. And then we finally got to much like Yeah, we finally got to the one that we wanted to listen to, because the kids got involved. We had to listen to 16 other records before getting to it. So
we had some Peanuts Christmas that we had to get
nice.
To go on.
How do you not?
Man, what did you do with the figs he gave you?
Well, we brought them home. We checked them, right? Or we brought them on the plane and put them up in the...
Yeah.
And then, you know what? I forgot
them.
I forgot them. I tried to get back on the plane. They wouldn't let me back on the plane, but I forgot them. So
have you checked that parking lot across the street? Because you never... Oh, wait. There's the figs right there.
So, yeah.
Man, can you just tell me, I know you're a nice guy, but what was the weirdest fucking thing that you saw at Aaron's house? Like, what did you see? And you're like, oh, I got to tell Rob about this.
No, I don't think of the weirdest thing, but the one thing I think the listeners know is that Aaron is he runs the cat house for the neighborhood. Yeah. He's got like 3 cats that come and go.
Oh no.
In and out, and they're all very nice cats and stuff like that. But yeah, Aaron, bleeding heart. What did the lady? She moved. She go to a nursing home. Somebody across the street or something.
She's dead.
Next door.
Man. She's dead.
She is dead. It's true. Yeah, she went into assisted living and then she died. Yeah, no, it's true. She is dead.
A cat ate her throat while she was sleeping.
Yeah.
This cat lady here is dead.
So there was nothing. Aaron's house was totally normal. There's nothing. Come on,
totally normal. Man. Great house, great neighborhood.
Guy.
I mean,
could you see the whole way, or was there too many shirts hanging up, or like? I mean, I got all these.
Could see the whole way.
Okay.
I did not. I did, but that's the old bed. That's the old bedroom, right? This
one. No, we don't have to hang clothes in this bedroom. Now we have much more space in this house.
Yeah, so
we get clothes.
I did not make it to Aaron's bedroom. I did not make it down.
I know we didn't even give you the full tour. It was such a whirlwind, but I feel so blessed that you guys came out.
I forget. Do you have a basement at that house?
No, we have a crawl space. We have a garage under the house and then a crawl space.
Oh, geez.
Gotcha. Okay.
So who was like the awkward? Like, did Matt want to leave early? Did Aaron want you to stay late? Did Matt stay too late and impose? Or how did the exit go? Because Matt's an Irish exit guy, but it's hard to do that with a family and kids.
It feels like the kids end up getting a little tired, and it's just time to go anyways. That so there's that.
Yeah.
It felt like Rosie and I talk all the time, and then we talk in text more than people know about random things as well.
I gathered.
But Sarah.
Private text.
Sarah and Rosie's wife at gmail.com have been on the Wordle text chain for a long time. We're at 666 today. I don't know if you guys
saw that. 666. Wordle 666.
Wordle number 666.
Perfect for Black Sabbath.
Perfect.
We've been on the text chain so long, and those two had never met before.
Yeah.
And so those two ended up, they were thick as thieves back there drinking the wine in the kitchen while Rosie and I had to babysit our kids.
Well, it's gotta be nice to meet Aaron's wife. I've never gotten a chance to do that in person. I'm pretty sure. If I haven't.
That wedding, did you, Rob? Did you?
No, I wasn't invited to that wedding.
You weren't invited to that one.
No, it's not a big deal.
I don't know. I mean, Matt's being kind. I think we hit it pretty perfect. I think we nailed the goodbyes.
Yeah.
I think it was a perfect amount.
There's one question that I got a text from Russell here on our text chain, and it says, "Please ask whose kid behaved the worst." So, which kid behaved the worst out of the whole group? America wants to know.
Leo had to be Leo.
You think so?
Well, probably. He's just.
I don't know. They were all.
He's
really
the bigger
good.
kid.
Wallace was like, "Hey, watch this fun game I played." He started whipping rocks at Aaron, and then Leo was whipping rocks at Aaron too.
Wallace was pretty decent when they were here. He didn't hit me or anything, but he was talking about Leo and Eddie just yesterday.
Well, it's good. Well, the one thing about leaving, I'll let you continue, is that Rosie did leave me with a few edibles for the road just in case.
Oh, so yeah. Try to be a good host.
Dad looking out for Dad.
Try to be a good host.
The first one, I don't remember. I don't know if I took it for bed or something like that, but didn't really hit me. The second one, I waited till an hour and a half before the flight was supposed to take off.
Oh boy,
that's early.
That was a little early. All of a sudden, I'm walking down. We're getting on the plane. I'm walking down, and I had been with. Usually, there's we're in like the rows of 3 or whatever, right? And so I had been sitting with the boys on the way out, for the last couple flights, and they finally decided they wanted to sit with Mom once. So Sarah was with the boys. I got my own seat across the aisle, kind of a thing, and. It was a little fortuitous.
You needed it.
I needed it.
Those tens will hit you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
When Aaron gave you those things, Matt, did he do it like a dad, like giving his son $20 to take a lady out. Like he'd come up and like shake your hand and give you a hug, and then in the hand there was some treats.
Don't tell your mother. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this one will help get you rock hard. It's different in different households too. You don't know.
I think that's pretty good. That's enough out of me. How's it rolling going with Matt?
This will give you an HRE.
Pretty good. So I did have on my list that I needed to say thanks to Rosie and Rosie's wife at gmail.com for hosting us. So
it was nice.
We've got that.
Rob, did you get an invite to go hang out with them this summer or not?
No, I must have missed that.
It's got lost in the mail or something.
I must have missed that. But I'll tell you what, if I do go over to Aaron's, I'm going over every inch of that place. I'm going to be like a crime scene. I'll be taking photographs. I'm in the crawl space. I'm asking to see the lightsaber. Like I want the whole up and down tour, everything.
Come on out. Come see us.
I saw a band last night called Paper Airplane, and one of our loyal listeners, Sarah, her brother is the lead singer for Paper Airplane. They're a cover band.
Oh, nice.
And they are awesome. They play like late 90s, early 2000s, like alternative pop music.
Ooh.
Like little Franz Ferdinand. They played MIA, Paper Airplanes, things like that. And so it was sweet. It was awesome. They're a great cover band.
So your favorite tune they played, what was it?
Little thing. What is that? I believe in a thing called love.
Oh, the darkness.
Whoa, for real?
Yeah,
Nice.
Your song,
they end
Matt.
with that. And so Sarah's brother is quite talented. He can hit those notes.
Wow.
They played a little Tom Petty, American Girl by Tom Petty.
Nice.
It was pretty good. They played Paper Airplanes by MIA. So
where did they play at, Matt?
Like
what
at
venue?
Glicks. They played at Glicks.
Oh, great little spot.
Good spot.
Went downtown. I went downtown last night. Downtown is not dead, folks. It was hopping.
And Matt's not dead after going downtown. So
I'm not dead.
Aaron,
it's all fine.
Aaron.
I'm trying to encourage the outstate folks to not be afraid of Minneapolis.
Well, don't mention being dead. That doesn't help,
man.
I said he's not dead.
Last person I know that lived in Minneapolis got their car stolen, Aaron.
Allegedly. I was walking around downtown. It was like 85 degrees out, right? And now today it's snowing. And
That's the worst.
Last week it was like Tuesday or Wednesday. I was walking around downtown. And one of the cool things about all the concert venues we have in downtown is that all of these bands show up early, right? And so you always know there's a tour bus parked in the middle of downtown. And you never know who's on it. But this one, I happened to see one, and they were going into the Dakota right off of Nicollet. And I looked up, and the name on the band, they got it on, they're wheeling all the gear in, was Asleep at the Wheel. And I'm like, what the hell is Asleep at the Wheel? Like, I remember this band from somewhere. And then I had to go back and look. And this is the song that I remember from Sleep at the Wheel. And I asked Rob to pull it up.
Eating salty crackers, they're 10 cents a pound.
The same dude?
Big balls in Cowtown.
Big balls in Cowtown.
Have you ever heard this song? No. I don't know why. We had this song in high school and absolutely loved it. And so apparently it was by Asleep at the Wheel. And Asleep at the Wheel is this country band from the 70s. And they sang this song, Big Balls in Cowtown. And I thought it was the most hilarious song in the world when I was in high school. And now here they're playing at the Dakota, and I missed the show. Damn it.
Big balls in Cowtown.
This is weird because they have a second hit song. Let's listen to it right now.
Soon we're gonna graduate.
Work is almost through.
Wow, that's so weird. I picked
very
up
next day. I woke up smooching Noli Avenue. I like to cream on weed in a multi-meal town.
I can't believe the clip I picked of the Limestones was one of the most boring things I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh,
that's so crazy.
that's not right.
That's so crazy.
Right.
Aaron, did you ever try out for the Limestones, or are they not your style of music?
I don't know. It's one of a number of regrets. No, I never tried out for Limestones. And I got busted trying to pick on the Limestones, and I shouldn't have because our friend's brother was in the Limestones. But like looking back, like Rob likes to say, you should say yes to stuff. Like I wish I had auditioned for the Limestones. Why not?
Right?
They were fun.
Rob, rolling going. How's it going with you?
I'll tell you what. The other day, I shouldn't even tell you this story. This is so embarrassing. But I went after jiu-jitsu and I got a Gatorade and a Diet Mountain Dew. Okay? Dinner of champions, by the way.
Gotta have you have to have those Gatorades. It's a physical requirement for tough.
You're gonna cramp up if not.
You know, I'm sure the guy at the bodega sees me coming in all sweaty from Times Square. I'm like, he's like, wow, that guy loves peep shows. He's like, this guy loves the peep show game. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, I'm sweating. My elbow hurts so bad. You ever had that thing where your elbow just hurts? My hands hurt from grabbing stuff too hard. Got cauliflower ear.
Rope burn on my neck. Like, what's this about?
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I need to drink these. So at the checkout, I just happen. This is the worst. I got to stop doing this. But when I'm at the catch, I just look. I'm like Terminator 2, you know, scanning the people at the bar, be like, and I'm checking to see if there's any fun candy that I don't know about yet. Like I want to get some fun candy. Like when Hershey's came out with that cookies and cream bar, I was like, damn, fun candy alert, better get that. Or Kit Kat has the new strawberry flavor. I was like, boop, 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 beep, boop. New candy alert.
Also lemon Kit Kat, very good.
Ooh.
Rob, one of my favorite things to do, this is a Russ move.
You would say that.
I love going with like the Gatorade Zero and other zero sugar drinks and then adding some candy or something very unhealthy to go with it.
Sir, you want to buy a Mountain Dew and a bunch of these sweet tarts? Yes, I do. Yes, please.
It makes you feel like you're not really doing things that are that
Sir,
bad.
I legally have to ask you, are you going to combine these? It's like cough syrup. You can only buy so many. It's like, no. You're over your limit of sweet tarts. Step on the scale if you want to buy more. We have to see how much you weigh. And so I bought, and this is not a new candy alert. Okay. Don't blame me like that. But I bought the, oh my God, what do you call? No, Rob, don't lose the bit right now. Taffy. They're like a taffy thing, but they're different colored ones are different flavors.
Taffy?
No, it's not. It's the what is? Oh no, this story is not going to work if I can't think of the candy.
Starburst.
Russell.
Mambas? It was like Mambas or something?
No. It was like in a long package and you open it up and it's like, God damn it, I'm too fat. I cannot even explain the candy.
Airheads or something like that.
Airheads. That's exactly what it was. So it's these, right? It's the Airheads.
I fucking said Airheads.
It's the Airheads. Did you? Aaron, you got to speak up, my guy. So I bought one of these, right? So I buy one of these Airheads. Now, these are like in a long, thin package, okay? And classic, a lot of jiu-jitsu champions are like, listen, every day when you train, you need to eat 5 Airheads afterwards. I'm like, yes, sensei, I will do whatever you say, you know. I bought Airheads, and then he's like, hey, it's 2 for $1 or whatever, which looking back, is too expensive for Airheads. Look at what, they're not even that big. I can get them on Amazon. What is this on Amazon? 2 for $1.
Well, I mean, Rob.
60 for $8. I'm getting ripped off on my bodega big time.
Rob, have you heard about inflation? I mean, have you seen the price of eggs lately?
I know. Hey, you guys see the price of Airheads at my bodega in Times Square? Can you believe the bodega that's right next to Times Square is really expensive? Wow, that's crazy. Who would think that? It's me and a bunch of high school kids like on a tour. I'm like, excuse me, I have to buy these Airheads. So I bought 2 Airheads because he said they're 2 for $1. I get home, I open one Airhead, eat it. Delicious, great decision. Rob, still number 1. Okay, awesome, proud of myself getting that Airhead. I open the second Airhead and instantly I know something's wrong.
Oh no.
I open it and this Airhead, instead of being a flat, like snake type thing, is rolled up.
Oh.
And there's plastic around it.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait a minute. And all of a sudden, my Terminator 2 brain is going again. And I'm dissecting and I'm thinking about things. And I go, this isn't a Airhead. This is a motherfucking fruit roll up.
Yes.
I opened this fruit roll up and I was like, wow, this is going to be, I haven't had a fruit roll up in years. It was the highlight of my week. When I ate this fruit roll up, it was one of the greatest things that had happened to me all week. It was so good. We should be eating fucking fruit roll ups all the time. It was delicious.
To be fair, you live a fairly, you don't live a boring life, Rob. You're a pretty exciting guy. So for that to be the most exciting thing.
And I think I'd been in Italy for part of that week too, actually. I got back and when I had that fruit roll up, I was like, Mamma Mia, this is so good.
Rob, I have to give you credit. You have a lot of self-discipline to buy Airheads and a fruit roll-up and to make it all the way home before you stuff those things down your pile.
I do,
right?
don't I?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, because I think if somebody saw me eating Airhead after Airhead on the train, they would move away faster than the guy I saw trying to light stuff on fire. Like there's a guy next to me trying to light stuff on fire and I was like, I'm going to see where this goes because I got a nice seat here. Like I'm sitting, I got lots of room.
Did the fruit roll-up have like the cutout shapes? Like, could you pull the star out of the middle of it, or was there stuff in it or not?
They did, and I ate it like I've eaten every single fruit roll-up in my life. I crunched it up into a ball, and I put it all in at once. All those shapes. I'm not pulling it off. I'm not doing anything. I would either do that, or when I was younger, I would wrap the fruit roll-up around my finger and then just suck on it. And then at the end, it would be like disgusting. A sugary mess on my finger.
Oh, no.
Oh my God, this is my therapy. I'm realizing now I'm so fat. I need to go primal scream this out. But I highly recommend everybody, if you are home tonight, go and buy a single fruit roll-up at any store that sells them. Okay? And if you're looking for one, there is one on 48th Street and 6th Avenue. So come on down.
Rob is definitely, he's earned his reputation as the main host and podcast man today when instead of talking about a trip to Rome or a trip to Memphis, he talked about how he bought a fruit roll-up at the grocery store.
No. I didn't buy a fruit roll-up.
But Airheads.
It was accidental. It was an accidental. It was the onion ring and the fry situation.
Or was it accidental?
I'm sure this guy was like, oh, wow, he's grinding the fruit roll-up. We've been trying to sell that thing for like 30 years. Nobody has ever bought a fruit roll-up. I don't even know if my kids know what a fruit roll-up is, honestly. It's kind of like fruit by the foot. I was trying to explain that to them the other day. I was trying to explain what a fruit by the foot was, or the bubble tape to them the other day. And I was like, it's just a long tape of gum. Yeah, but Aaron. Aaron, do you want to guess? Aaron, do you want to guess if I ever put the whole thing of bubble tape in my mouth one time? I'll give you one guess.
Yes.
All right, let's
the answer.
It's a little cliffhanger.
Let's talk about the
Speaking of putting things in your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you a hint. We will cover the answer to that question when we cover the song Roundabout. Okay. By yes. All right, so let's talk about... I had to spell it out for our people at home. Let's talk about Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Right now, before we start, I just want you to do this. Look at your hand. Okay, look at your little fingies. Right now, guys, do it, please. Okay, you're like my kids at school. You don't actually do when I say do these dumb things. Look at your hand and just say, thank you. Just say thank you to your hand right now.
Thank you.
Because by the end of this, you're going to be very thankful that you have a normal hand. Okay, you're going to be very thankful by the end of this. This is Black Sabbath's second album after their self-titled Black Sabbath album. Black Sabbath is, four guys, but really I think the more famous ones are Ozzy Osbourne, Tommy Iommi on guitar. And Tommy Iommi is an interesting story because right before his last day of his job, he's 19, he is working at a metal press in like an industrial building. Like he crushes the end of his fingers on one hand, just smushes them right off. Can you imagine? It's just
sounds terrible.
That's a bad day. Like when I think I've had a bad day at work, I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. Nobody listens to me. But then I look at my fingertips and I'm like, yep, they're all there still. Thank goodness. I would say that's one of the most important parts of the fingers, actually, the tips. He's like Russell when he gets his haircut, no tips. You know what I mean? Like I think that's a rumor we could get going about Russell, no problem. So what he ended up doing, and of course he was playing guitar at the time and he was super depressed. And his friend is like, hey, I want you to listen to this jazz guitarist named Django Reinhardt. He's like, why would I want to listen to guitar? I can't play guitar. I love playing guitar. I can't do it. Look at my hand. My hand, I assume he had like a fucking clown hand, right? Where like his hand was normal size and then the end of the fingers were all big and fat where they got smashed by the press. Right? Do you think they were like huge?
I don't know.
No. I don't think about these things that much.
Big, like
I do think about the film Sweet and Lowdown where Sean Penn plays the world's second greatest jazz guitarist behind Django Reinhardt. Good film.
You got to have a podcast, Aaron. You got to have your own podcast.
I should be on a podcast, shouldn't I?
Where you just listen to things and talk about it.
Or we could just celebrate what Aaron says on this podcast.
I'm just doing free association.
He didn't even say Airheads earlier. And so what he did is he listens, but Django Reinhardt is a 2-finger guitarist. He has 2 fingers that he's fretting with.
Interesting.
Because they got, again, just look at your hand and say thanks, because they got, what I read on Wikipedia, injured in a fire. And I was like, oh God, that sounds fucking bad too. So
in a fire.
So Tommy Iommi, his name is Tomi, Tomi. So it screws up with my head. He made plastic fingertips out of like plastic shampoo bottles.
What?
And that's what he played this with. He had fake fingertips. Whoa. He was playing with bionic fingertips. And that's why this album sounds the way it does, because with the plastic fingertips, he couldn't play chords in a normal way. So he had to add sounds, and he had to play a little bit slower than most people. So when you hear this album, it's not a fast metal album.
No.
Right? People say this is one of the first metal
right?
albums. It's not fast, but it's heavy. And a big part of that is this weird sound that nobody else can get because they didn't get their fingers smashed in a hydraulic press. And of course, the big hit off this album was Paranoid itself. And that was probably Sabbath's biggest hit of all time. Let's get right into it.
Iron Man. I guess Iron Man.
Yeah, it's their only top hit on the Billboard was Paranoid, or in the UK anyway. First song right off the bat, you could not start an album in a more kick-ass way. Amazing. War Pigs. This is the beginning. Guys, there's a fucking siren at the beginning of this album, like a tornado siren. Air raid siren. That fucking rocks.
They do a great job of like this slow, heavy, like just pounding opening, and then it starts.
It's so good. This is I love playing this song on Rock Band. This is now a go-to in my karaoke club, which gets looks from some of the 7th graders that I'm singing to. But.
Speaking of Rock Band, I did give one of my nephews all of my video games, PlayStation games the other day, including 7 different versions of Guitar Hero and 2 guitars.
Wow.
I haven't heard if he started playing them yet, but
you really hooked him up.
You're supporting the arts. I love it. Listen to Ozzy's voice in this song. Listen how good this sounds. And by the way,
Generals gathered in
I can hit all these notes. Easy.
I could not.
Just like witches at Black Massive.
I had to record like 4 times. This was not an easy song, or not an easy thing to mimic.
No, Ozzy Osbourne is such a talented singer. And then what a lot of these songs do is listen to this. The tempo picks up, and what you're going to hear here is the bass. Now, their bass player and lyricist for the band is a guy named Geezer Butler. Geezer Butler is his name. Excuse me, sir. Somebody is waiting for you in the Geezer, no.
Geezer Butler.
A lot of people knew you as Mr. Butler, but you'll always be Geezer to me. I mean, imagine your kid, it's like, oh, I love our baby. What do you want to name it? Geezer. Yes, I also want to name it Geezer. That's a great name.
He looks like a butler, doesn't he?
He does. Look at him. He's bringing us a little thing of water right off the bat, or whatever a butler does. I'm not sure. Listen to this uptick in tempo, though.
And is this 1970, did you say, Rob?
70.
I mean,
crazy early. Crazy early.
This is the same year as Maggot Brain. So we're not that far removed from listening to Maggot Brain, same year.
Interesting.
I don't think it's a crazy dissimilar album, right? Like a long opening, big long guitar solo.
They would have had to have been listening to the same stuff. Cream, the Beatles.
100%. Now this one, they get done with the album. They need a 3-minute song. They're like, what are we going to do? And they're like, Tommy, play a cool riff that you have. Because this is how they wrote all their songs. Tommy would play a cool riff. Ozzy would come up with a melody. And Geezer Butler would write all the lyrics, dude. I think one of the lyrics should be, oh, no, sir, I'm having a heart attack. Okay, never mind. And they say that they wrote this whole song 20 minutes. No problem. Like it came right in. Listen to the drums on this song. The drummer's name, by the way, Bill Ward. Talk about a boring name.
Right.
Boring.
Like, do him and Geezer go out and hang out at night? They like go pick up women at the bar?
I'm Ozzy Osbourne. I'm Tommy Yomi. I'm Bill Ward. Oh man.
I believe we listened to this one once before with the ring modulator list. Remember, they ran the guitar, I think, on this one through the ring modulator. Yeah. Next
up is a song where I just wrote "What the fuck" next to it, because this one, if you put on this album and then heard this, you'd be kind of bummed. I gotta think.
I actually really enjoyed this track, though. I was like, oh, you can kind of just relax for a minute.
They wanted to prove they could play a slow song. I'm gonna say nope, you can't.
I found it relaxing. I like the bongos.
I thought this was if Radiohead and Santana had a wild night and had an Offspring song, this would be the song.
Maybe that's why I like it.
Man, I think about Santana having sex almost every day.
Really?
Yeah. Smooth.
I hope he does every day. Good for him.
Smooth. How many times do you think you've heard the song "Smooth" in your life?
It's probably been 14 years.
No, but how many times did you hear it in your life? What do you mean 14 years?
I don't think I've heard it in 10 years.
Well,
I bet I heard this song 10,000 times. Don't you think? Matt, you're a radio guy. How many times did you hear this song?
Yeah, I was going to go with at least 1,000, right? But 10,000 probably sounds more realistic.
This was the biggest song. But you know what? It does kind of rip. I kind of get it, too.
There you go. Santana out there.
It's true.
Rob Thomas, not a terrible singer. I don't know.
And you could just, if
works.
you wanted to picture Santana having sex on a beach, you could do that. That's easy to picture.
Congas, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Picture Santana having sex on Rob Thomas, whatever you want.
Oh,
Matt, you're more of an alternative rock guy. Are you a heavy metal guy? Have you ever been into Sabbath or any the metal stuff that came later or not?
What is it? 93X is the station in town here, right?
Yeah.
And I just never really got into like the really heavy metal stuff, or I don't even know the name of a lot of the bands, but the really heavy stuff where you couldn't hear them. That being said, like the grunge stuff, I mean, I like when there's really heavy guitars in that. So I don't know if I could figure out why I don't like it, but no, I've never really gotten into the heavy metal stuff.
On a Chez Lounge, I mean, I think about Santana on there too. There's lots of places. This next one, Iron Man. Now, originally, when they first wrote this song, when they made this song, they wanted to call it Iron Bloke.
I mean, that would have been a great song.
Bloke is one of the good words that didn't make it over here.
Yeah,
we should get it going.
Rob, do you want me to redo my parody tonight called Rob is Podcast Bloke?
A lot of things wrong with Bloke.
I will bring you guys behind the scenes of my parody efforts. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to get the ring modulator to work, and I thought I could either ask Rob to do it for me, but then I would be giving away what the point of the song was, and I chose not to do it.
How many times in your life do you think you've said, I am Iron Man?
100?
At least, right?
500?
Like,
yeah.
When I'm coming out of a shower and there's like lots of steam coming out, I'm always pulling out I am Iron Man.
The crazy thing is, you would think it would be in the lyrics other than the beginning, and it's not.
No.
In fact,
you would think every time it's I am Iron Man.
What's weird is I think it's because he's speaking in the first person for the first line, and then he switches to the third person for the rest. So Iron Man never talks again in the song.
Much slower than you think, isn't it, Russell? When you're doing a parody song to it. Was it slower than you thought?
You kind of have to slow yourself down a little bit. It is slower. But I think you were talking about that, and I think these guitar riffs, is it Tony Iommi, Rob, you were saying his riffs are really heavy, but they're slower. It's not like thrash metal, like Metallica or a lot of the stuff you heard later. But he's like widely considered to be the best metal guitar player ever, right? And when you look at, like, if you ever look for like best metal guitar riffs, all of the Black Sabbath stuff is at the top of everyone's list. But I thought we could take that a step further and celebrate some of the other great heavy metal guitar riffs in music history with a list.
Russ,
I'm excited for this.
This is going to rock my fucking face off, and I can't wait. No wonder you didn't want to talk about Rob Santana and sex places. You were ready to get to your list. I get it.
Well, speaking of Rob, the first song on the list is from lead singer Rob Halford. This is Judas Priest, Breaking the Law from 1980. That's a guitar riff.
Yeah, that's good. It really digs in.
This is such a good song about just breaking the law. Like, it's just like, hey, we should do a song about breaking the law. All right, here's one.
Well, I think we heard this once before, and it got us into a Beavis and Butthead.
Well,
I was trying not to go into the Beavis and Butthead. That's all I think about when I hear this song.
How do you not? I was actually reading that Rob Halford, the lead singer for Judas Priest, actually was one of the 250 people that were polled for Rolling Stone's top 500 greatest song list. And he actually ranked Paranoid as the #1 song of all time, which I thought was interesting. And he actually named Black Sabbath, the self-titled album, as his favorite album ever, saying it was an example of what heavy metal should sound like. So he was definitely influenced big time by Black Sabbath.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Next song on the list, 1983. The song is Holy Diver. This is Dio.
I fucking love this song. His voice, Dio's voice is so crazy good.
Oh, this is great.
Now, Russell, Did you find out what the song is about?
I have no idea what it's about.
Because the cover of this album is a priest chained to the rocks and an ocean crashing around him, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense to me at all.
It is a bit confusing. I would figure it's just like a goth-looking person who's out diving for clams or something like that. I don't know. What do you think?
And Aaron's like, excuse me, can I talk to you? Oh, you also sell knives? Okay, I'll take 3. Thank you very much.
So did you guys know Ronnie James Dio, the frontman for Dio, he was actually in Black Sabbath?
I thought he was.
In 1979. Yeah, Ozzy got fired for drinking and drugs in 79. And then Ronnie James Dio comes in as their lead frontman for like 3 years. Then he gets fired. And then he comes back and he plays with them later. He joins them later. And actually years later, I think it was in the 90s, they were on tour. He was touring with Black Sabbath and they were opening for Ozzy and he refused to open for Ozzy. So he quit the band again because he wouldn't open for Ozzy when he was playing with Black Sabbath. Wow. And then Black Sabbath replaced him for 2 shows with Rob Halford from Judas Priest.
Jesus. Man. Time is a flat circle.
Whoa.
Isn't that nuts?
Oh, man.
So he opened for Black Sabbath and then wouldn't sing for Ozzy? Like, did he think
was
this
playing
through?
With Black Sabbath on like an Ozzy tour where Ozzy was doing his own thing and Black Sabbath with Dio opened
That is
and he
so
wouldn't open
weird.
for Ozzy.
That is so weird to get kicked out of a band and then go tour with them.
All right, next up on the list, this is a band we've heard once before.
Oh, Russell, I forgot something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Something Holy Driver. I just cannot remember where I parked this. I tried so hard to think of something better than Holy Driver.
All right, next song on the list, we were talking about thrash metal. This is much faster than Black Sabbath. This is Metallica, Enter Sandman was the one we're going to go with.
Oh, yes.
Yes, this is it for me of guitar riffs.
See, this isn't that fast. This is when they slowed down a little bit, but there's too many Metallica guitar riffs to pick from. It's hard to choose one, right?
I feel like this is the most iconic.
For sure.
And I know pre-Sandman Metallica fans might disagree, but...
Yeah, Aaron likes him with the short hair. He loves the Mission Impossible soundtrack. The Mission Impossible song is his favorite Metallica song.
New Metallica this week. I've not heard
wow. I can't wait. Well, you know what, Aaron? I actually have a sneak peek of what Metallica's coming out with, and I think their fans are going to be impressed.
This Norwegian style.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Lars, this is Lars'
And
part.
the people love it. Aaron, you can hear the women screaming in the audience for that shit.
I mean, it would be like Metallica touring with LimeWire. That's what that Ozzy Dio thing is like. Or Napster. I didn't even get the fucking thing right. LimeWire.
James Hetfield said in 2015, Black Sabbath, his favorite band of all time. Metallica inducted Black Sabbath in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and also served as Ozzy's backing band when he got inducted in the Hall of Fame separately. So clearly Metallica heavily influenced by Black Sabbath, right?
Oh, yeah. I think all these guys are.
Well, you know who else? Remember, we talked about this band once before. This guy also played with Metallica. He went on to lead Megadeth, Dave Mustaine. This is Symphony of Destruction from 1992.
I wonder what was on the cover of this album. I'm going to guess there was a skeleton.
I was going to guess symphony conductor. No, probably not.
Who's a skeleton?
He's conducting the Airs Jordan Symphony.
I played the xylophones on my ribcage because Rob can't think of another pun having to do with music and died.
Mustaine also really influenced by Sabbath. They actually covered a Black Sabbath song on a Black Sabbath cover album. And he said, Black Sabbath was one of the most bands that I heard first when I started listening to metal. I was so immersed in the music really early in my life that it became a way of life for us. So Black Sabbath definitely influenced on Megadeth too.
Yeah, wow.
Final band on the list. I feel like this
in some orchestras they play the cello, but in this one we play the hello, you're dead. This is hard, actually. Okay, I'm going to think of another one, Russ. I'll be back in a little bit. This is the Crypt Keeper from Metallica, Symphony of the Night. And I'll be back later. I just need to find where I parked. I know I parked my car somewhere. Where was it?
Is that a Tales from the Crypt?
Yes, it's Symphony of the Night director, is like every other Megadeth album cover. That rocked and scared me.
Rob, you might remember this. I remember watching like Tales from the Crypt as a kid, and there would always be some sort of like somewhat vague reference to sexual stuff, like there'd be a stripper or he would always be real creepy about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's like, I look into their windows at night. And that's okay because I'm already scary. I'm the Crypt Keeper. They call me the Slit Peeper because I'm looking through the slits in the windows. Oh boy, this is actually hard. I got to give a lot of credit to the people who write for the Crypt Keeper. They're dead funny. Oh no. I can't just put dead in front of things. Okay, I'm going to think of one orchestra led by the Crypt Keeper joke by the end of this list.
Orchestra Crypt Keeper.
Yep.
Russell, none of this can get cut. Okay, we got to leave all this in.
Yeah. Last song on the list, I feel like, Matt, when you were talking about whether you were into metal, I feel like you might have been into this band. I could be wrong, but this is Rage Against the Machine. The song's Bulls on Parade.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Now, here's my question. And I'm going to sound really dumb. Is this a metal band?
Oh, absolutely.
Is it? Is it like this is almost a new metal.
I think it's like metal and hip hop, right? I actually was reading a quote. I think it's Tom Morello. Is that the guitarist?
Yeah. Yep.
So, and he was quoted at one point. He was really influenced by Omi and Black Sabbath. And is it Zach De La Rocha is the lead singer? Is that right, man?
Yeah. Yep.
So he actually said once, I don't care for Black Sabbath, but Tom Morello also really doesn't care for the hip hop riffs that I bring, but somehow we put them together and it works really good.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That is a great riff, though, they're playing Russell. And I would say that was not just a great riff, that was a great list.
Great list.
Rage is finally back together, but COVID has canceled their trip to the Twin Cities like 5 times now, it feels like. And so just can't wait to see them live.
Yeah, I've never seen them live. That'd be a show.
And my skeleton is made of trombones. Nailed it. You didn't think I was going to get to an orchestra Crypt Keeper pun, but I did. Now, I noticed you guys haven't come up with any orchestra-based Crypt Keeper puns, so let's think about it, okay? Let's all try to have one by the end.
Try to get up to your level.
Next one. I don't know if this is the best lyrics ever or the worst ever. Electric Funeral.
not my favorite on the album here.
It's not, but I will say this. Toward the end of the song, they start to rock it like this. Listen. When it speeds up like this, I'm like, yes.
Right.
Yes, hell yes.
Yeah. That's like the Hendrix influence.
Yes.
Yeah, this feels like 1970.
Big time. You're totally right about that, man. This made me think a lot about my funeral. Do you guys think I should have a funny funeral or a serious funeral? Because here's the problem with having a funny funeral, right? If I'm planning bits at my funeral and they don't work, oh, what a way to go. What a bummer. You know what? You know how sometimes my bits on here I plan the most? Okay, like a Crypt Keeper bit, maybe that I've been working on for weeks. Don't do very well. That would be rough if that was the last thing, like, and then leave the church. Don't forget to push in your scares. And it's like, wait, was that a Crypt Keeper thing? Do we push in chairs at a church? We're in pews. What is he doing? Did he have something wrong with his brain? Is that what got him? What? No, he died on the toilet eating a barbecue sandwich?
Rob, what would you think if people came to your funeral and they did all your bits but didn't give you props for them and just acted like they were owned? Like, I will go up there and I say, hey, I just want to lose enough weight that I could cheat on my car aficionado.
Oh my God.
And people are just fucking roaring laughing, but they think it's my joke and not yours.
You're stealing my bits?
Yes. What would you think of that?
I would haunt you from the grave. Can you imagine if I was the one haunting you?
That would suck.
Because I'd just be watching. I'd be in that bathroom right away. That'd be the first place I'd go.
I was going to say, if you were, I don't think any of us would be the ones that you'd be haunting if you had the ability to haunt.
Yeah.
This was going to be part of my rolling going. We go to a swim club now, and so I'm back into locker room culture, and I can't, every time I see a naked dude, I think of Rob. I'm always like, I bet Rob would be thinking, I can't.
Why?
Because I just think about like what Rob would say about this naked guy.
Oh no.
Because you said you'd be peeping, Rob.
Well, I told you, Aaron, if you and I switch bodies, and the first thing I do is get naked and look in a mirror and see what I'm working with. All right. Aaron's really good at this. Hand of Doom. This is a fun song. So we've had a lot of Nuclear Annihilation songs. This one's about GIs coming back getting hooked on heroin.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But this, again, listen to this switch to the higher tempo, harder stuff. Listen. Kicks ass.
You push the needle in.
When you realize they write these songs riff first, it makes a lot of sense because these songs are riff heavy. Unlike this podcast.
I was surprised at people, I guess, what is it? Is it maybe it's the Apple Music description or the Rolling Stone description that says like nothing signified the death of the Summer of Love or the death of the 60s like this album, but they're still sort of aligned with that leftist counterculture vibe, right? They're just doing it. It's like straddling a line, or am I wrong?
Well, there's a quote in here that Ozzy Osbourne basically grew up poor, and the songs that they were hearing coming from America was all about San Francisco and flower power. And they had no idea where San Francisco was, and they were trying to figure out what flower power, and so it was basically they were going with the opposite of what that was. That was kind of their jam, was to do the exact opposite of the Summer of Love stuff.
Yeah.
So
next up, we have a drum solo, big drum solo, Rat Salad, it's called. And they said they had to play concerts for like an hour, 45 minutes, and so they do a 45-minute drum solo to fill because they didn't have enough songs.
So the drummer's just stuck out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's for their drums, but another big fan of Black Sabbath was actually Beck. He said in an interview with Q Magazine, his favorite riff ever is a song called Supernaut by Black Sabbath. I don't know if you can pull that one up quick, Rob.
Supernaut. I would super not.
Yes, you would love to. Yes.
I'll tell you what, if somebody ties me down to the bed, you know what they better use. Supernaut.
Oh.
So this was his favorite riff ever, guitar riff ever. I can see why.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, and I kind of hear a little bit of Beck in there, don't you? That
for sure.
That definitely the sound believes.
But it was funny. He was actually telling a story that when he was 26 years old, he was recording Odelay in the studio, and there were actually two bands recording on each side of him. One was Black Sabbath, and the other was the Muppets.
Oh, no.
He joked that he actually stole the music of Black Sabbath and the Muppets and was part of a Muppet Black sandwich, and he was in the middle. Isn't that crazy?
That's Russell's dream, is to be in the walls between the Beck and the Muppet recording.
Yeah.
Well, my dream even takes it further because our guy Ozzy actually covered a song, Born to Be Wild, with our favorite Miss Piggy. This is Ozzy with Miss Piggy doing Born to Be Wild. That's all I got.
I bet Ozzy Osbourne would love to hang out with Miss Piggy because she'd be so good at doing cocaine. I mean,
what?
He's a big cocaine guy.
Why would she be good at cocaine?
Because she's got a big nose. She's a pig. It's right there. What are you guys talking about? Are you serious right now? Are you intentionally trying to make me mad? Why would Miss Piggy be good at cocaine?
I didn't see it.
He did do Ozzy did do a magazine cover once where he was sitting with Kermit and he was acting like he was going to bite Kermit's head off.
Like
that's
a bat.
Good. That's a good joke.
Do you get that, Rob? He's like a bat.
Kermit's like a bat?
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
No,
right?
he's not. He's a frog. They're not even the same kingdom. No, they are the same kingdom. They're not even the same.
I actually think they'd be very similar. If you bit the head off either one, I bet it would be similar.
They are the same phylum, actually. No, you can't just bite a head off a frog and act like it's a bat. I could tell the difference with picking that up in concert. Guaranteed. And we're going to do a test later.
They both are kind of like rubbery looking.
Gonzo would also be good at cocaine. Okay, I want to point that out as well. Okay, that's the problem. I ripped my pants open. It looked like I was giving birth to Miss Piggy.
Oh.
All right. So
it is good we took the Lenny Kravitz detour.
The next song is this is the song in between that they call Jack the Stripper. It's an instrumental for the first minute 30. Then on Amazon Music, that's a separate song. Then Fairies Wear Boots.
So this is more Zeppelin blues style, right? Oh man, yeah.
Rob, if you want to jump to the head of the end of the song, I think I gave you a time cue. You guys got to hear this and see if you recognize it.
You got to recognize this, don't you?
It's the same guitar riff we were talking about Metallica's influence. It's For Whom the Bell Tolls. Rob, pull up For Whom the Bell Tolls. It's the exact same. Metallica took this from the end of that song.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
They just took it straight up, didn't they?
The version I had on Napster didn't have the end of the song, so I never heard this part. And it was also called Gin and Juice by Fish.
.mp4.
Yeah.
MP3.
Yeah, bigtitty.mpg. No, it's just Metallica again. Shit.
Rob, do you remember your first adult content you ever saw on the Napster?
Oh, yeah, of course. Are you serious? Going to hotsex.com? You know what? I'm going to look at what's on hotsex.com right now. Hotsex.com, because I'll never forget, because my sister said, listen. She goes, listen, I got to talk to you about something. She goes, are you on the family computer downstairs visiting? And I'm probably, at the time, I'm probably like 17. So she would be like 15. She said, are you visiting hotsex.com? Now, this puts you in a precarious situation because your sister is asking if you visit a pornographic website.
What do you do? Or she's asking if your dad or someone else.
That's what it was. I said yes. She goes, oh, thank Christ, because I thought it was either you or Dad, and I could not handle it. Dad was doing it.
So you fell out of the grenade for him.
I did. I love my dad. He's not waiting 10 years for a 56K modem to download what might be a breast or it might be somebody in a swimsuit. You just don't know. Like, it'd be like, and it was always from the top down. So you'd be like porn with stuff at top. You know what I mean? Like, you're really trying to get desperate with your search. So it'd be like, you'd be like, oh yeah, this is a good one. Better put it on my floppy disk. Telling you, if you go to my parents' house and you grab a floppy disk, there's a 90% chance that if there's a folder on there called Star Wars game, don't open. That you open it up and it's like titty.jpg.
Rob, remember when it was the thing, like Cindy Margolis was famous for being the most downloaded woman on the internet?
Yes. Yeah, I know that because I had a subscription to Maxim magazine as well, Russell. I did. A true gentleman. I thought girls would like that when they saw they're like, oh, he reads Maxim. He must be a refined person.
Did that also go to Dr. Roberta Ward?
No, it didn't. That's Doctor. Let's see what's on hotsex.com right now. Yep, enter. Yep, just what I expected. It's pornography. All right, so that is it. Let's get into the rating system. Not as I remember. Did you see how fast all those pictures came up, though? How it was fast and instantaneous? Not part of it.
Web 3.0.
I'll tell you what. You know how I said that jerking off outside would be tough? Like, that's the final frontier.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's when you know you're like, I've been jerking off too much if I'm thinking about jerking off outside. I think there's something to masturbating and then hearing your mom trying to make a call over the modem, picking up the phone and be like,
hello? Someone on this internet? Hello? I need to make a call down there. Get off the internet.
Mom, I just loaded thongs. I just downloaded the thongs category. What are you doing? I just downloaded Perfect Body. God. Type in tan lines. All right, let's get into the rating system. What are we doing? Jeez. Some music or something? Is this album, okay, Paranoid by Black Sabbath from 1970, okay, is this like a piece of metal? Hey, piece of metal, it's great. Okay, you can turn it into shapes, you can protect stuff, you can build stuff with it. That would be rolling well-toned here at 139 yet again. Okay, seemingly trapped in the 130s. I will say it again. Is this album, okay, the best kind of metal? And that's a metal that is very, very heavy. And I'm realizing I should have done this as the third one as the big reveal because this is kind of the bit I was doing. Shit.
Or metal that's very, very hot, like a honing rod. You're gonna poke
it's a honing rod. Honing rod. Do you want to buy it? Yes. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. That would be heavy metal. That would be good. That would be Rolling Bone, right?
Rolling Bone should be higher on the list.
Oh, my God. Okay, wait a minute. If it was like heavy metal, that would be good. So it would be higher on the list. It got Rolling Bone. Or would it be a rolling groan, just like light metal? Can you imagine a light metal? Oh my God.
Aluminum.
Oof.
Titanium.
You know what? Actually, I love the stuff. Aluminum.
Like one of those cheap garbage cans that they hit each other with in a wrestling match, man.
Yeah.
Like the cheap aluminum ones.
Light metal.
And you think maybe you could do that to like kids in the neighborhood at home, and it turns out it actually causes quite a bit of problems. Listen, maybe if I hit you again, your eyes will uncross. What do you think of this album, Russell? Rolling Well Toned, Rolling Bone, or Rolling Groan? Black Sabbath, Paranoid.
You know, I think it has to be at least Rolling Well Toned. I'm going to say it's Rolling Well Toned. I think the influence on heavy metal music is too important. If you're like the king of a genre for music, I think you've got to be up there, way up there on the list. There's too many amazing bands that all are spawned, or whatever you want to say, from this band. They're all under this tree, right? So for me, I'm going to say the album's Rolling Well Toned. All these bands, I'll go back to this album and say this is the one. So for me, this is Rolling Well Toned. There's a handful of songs that I don't think I'd want to listen to again, but there's 3 or 4 that are just all-timers. So I really enjoyed it.
Aaron, what do you think? Rolling Well Toned, Rolling Bone, or Rolling Groan?
I think I have to agree with Russell. I probably will not listen to this album. I know I won't listen to this album in its entirety ever again, but it's important for the bands that came after it. The moment when the drums kick in on Iron Man is actually one of my favorite moments in music. So just based on that moment alone, I'm going to give it a Rolling Well Toned.
Let's listen to that moment right now.
Let's try this choral style.
Choral style.
No, come on. Oral style. Wait a minute. Oh. And look at. Do you see who's creeping in? Do you see who's creeping into the side? I'll give you a hint. It looked like the Crypt Keeper when he was a little younger, but not much. It's Garrison Keillor.
Looked like the Giant.
Aaron, I didn't realize the Limestones have a conductor.
Well, they don't. They're doing it choral style.
Yeah.
Oh, so only for this one.
Yeah.
Russell, let's hear it.
No.
Oh my God, Russell, you're at the Limestones now. I thought for sure Garrison was going to hop in and
All
sing
right,
with
now
him.
let's finish this. Yes, we'll eat cream of wheat in Maltmeal Town.
Russell, you know what? I'm watching it. I'm hooked.
It's our cream of wheat episode.
Can you imagine being on the Limestones that graduated the year before being on Garrison Keillor's show? He'd be like, fuck. Shit. I played at Bow. These guys are playing for Garrison Keillor. Damn it.
Maybe that year they got to open for the band that did Big Balls in Cowtown.
Big Balls in Cowtown.
I pray I can open for Citizen King when they open at St. Olaf twice somehow. Hey, what big band should we open the pause with? A brand new thing we should. Oh yeah, Citizen King. Ludi with the let out or whatever it was.
Matt, how you rank the album?
Just terrible.
I'm right in line with you guys. I'm going to go Rolling Well Toned. Just the influence it had. I mean, I don't think I'll come back and listen to a couple of the songs again, but I'm not going to come back and put this album on ever again. But it certainly deserves its place in history. So Rolling Well Toned.
So you say it's like a Winamp album, Matt. You'd pick 3 of them, put them on your Winamp list.
There you go.
Oh, for sure. War Pigs, that goes on every mixtape ever that you send to a girl, right? So here's the thing. Here's the thing. You guys are incorrect, unfortunately. This gets a rolling headbang on. Damn it.
Headbang on.
Yep, it's a headbang on. This is, you don't get to do this very often. Albums that just start a genre, right? This is an album that pretty decisively starts an entire genre of music. And it's something that should be appreciated. It's heavy, but it's not fast. You can really see where music kind of delineated in the metal section after this. And I think it's a lot of fun, especially with Russell's great list of the best riffs. Next up, oh God, I can't believe it. Not again. You know that Ohio has had its share of ecological disasters lately. Oh my God. And now Heinz Field is burning down. It's Ketchup Fire by Bob Marley and the Wailers up next.
Ketchup.
When you want to hear about the greatest albums of all time.
Russell, thanks again for that song. It's been a great ad. Appreciate it. I'm going to edit it so that Ketchup Fire's joke is how it ends. Oh my God, I should put in a sound clip into the song. You know what? I'm going to do that. Dang, Rob, that's a good idea.
Beck did it better.
What was the idea, Rob?
I'm going to take my Catch a Fires joke and edit it into your song. So it's going to have a sound clip from this show at the end.
But then we'll have already heard it, but now you're talking about doing it. So, man, this is a loop.
You're all the way.
Maybe, Rob, maybe you could take the song, put it in at the end, and then instead of your splotch, splotch waterbed sound, you can add your honk, honk from the missing car horn. At least get a little horn or a ding before we go.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see where I push that button. I know I put that button somewhere. Where is it?
It's time to say goodbye.
Don't get caught in my snare drum.
The Crypt Keeper.